Hello, everybody. This is Linda Frazee with Authentic Wisdom. For many of us, it's been a long time since we've been at home. If you're an introvert, that might feel really good, but if you're an extrovert, you might be kind of climbing the walls by now. And that's called cabin fever. Cabin fever is that part of us that just gets so frustrated that we can't do what we normally do. We can't go out. It's all for a good reason. And I know that all of you are probably following all the rules, but it can be difficult and it may not be fun. So we hear all these wonderful things that people are doing, creative and unique. And are you doing them? Or are you feeling like, well, that's good for them, but I'm not? So that's another part of it. Also, there's lots of symptoms that could be illustrating your stress that you might not even know. Have you felt lethargic? Have you had all these projects you always thought, if I could had all the time in the world, I would do that. And now you're looking at those projects and you're not doing them. I know I've had some of that, and I bet some of you too. Have you just found it difficult to do fun things that you could be doing, like maybe a puzzle or whatever, but you can't seem to get motivated? Are you starting to snap at your roommates or the people you live with, or even your animals? Are you overeating? Have you found yourself misplacing things like your cell phone or your water bottle? You turn around, it was right there and it's not there anymore. And do you find yourself angry that nobody seems to know exactly when this is all going to end? And we haven't even talked about finances yet. So if you're worried about all of this, those are just a few signs that you might be feeling some of that cabin fever, and rightly so. So what do you do about it? Well, we all have to manage our feelings now because we don't know how long this is going to go. And if you don't manage them, they can build up like a tsunami and then drown you. And that's what we don't want. We don't want that. You don't want that. I want to be part of the solution that can help you get beyond that. So here's some suggestions. Now, I know you already know all of these things, so these are not anything that are rocket science ideas, but I want to remind you of. The first one is breathe. Well, now you say, but I already am. Of course you're breathing, but are you taking deep breaths? When we're stressed or we're upset, we forget to take deep breaths. So something you can do about that is put a timer on your phone, and maybe once an hour or every 30 minutes or at least several times a day. And when it goes off, just stop whatever you're doing and take a really slow, deep breath. If you're not breathing deeply, you're breathing on the top of your lungs, and that makes you more stressed, and your body gets more stressed. So that's really important. Even mild stress can cause a change in your breathing pattern, and you don't need that right now. The second thing is to stop watching the news. Now, I know it's addictive and it's urgent to watch because you think maybe something's happening. Maybe they've got a vaccine finally. Maybe I can go get tested and we can get back. When is this going to end? And so I'm not saying don't check in, but look at the news on your phone or minimize the amount of time that you spend watching it, because the images that they show are shocking in many cases and meant to upset you on some level. So don't watch so much news. The third thing is to create some structure in your life. It's real easy for those people who are still working out of their house. You may not think so if you're working out of your house, but you have things to do and you probably have reports to finish and you have some sort of guidelines. But if you don't, you can get into kind of a holiday thing, like the day after Christmas or the day after Thanksgiving, and like, wow, I just have all this time, which sounds wonderful, but actually can be stressful. Sometimes too much unstructured time is stressful. So put yourself on a schedule. Go to bed at the same time, get up at the same time, take a shower, go for a walk, allocate so many hours to work if you're working on something or a project. Do something fun every day. That would be the next thing. You want to do something fun that you enjoy, but don't do it excessively. I've been talking to people who have found themselves binge watching certain serials, and that's, again, not a bad thing. But if you're doing it all day and all night, now you're into excessiveness. I've talked to people who like to read, and they're reading books, and they've read the whole series of something, like there's 7 books and they've read them all. Again, it's a good way to pass your time, but it's excessive and it will put you out of balance. So in order to be part of the solution, what I've done is I've created a 4-part class that's called Quarantine Calm. And it begins on the 22nd of April on a Wednesday. It's at 6:30 Pacific time. However, It's going to be recorded, so you could watch it if you want to be part of this. You can watch it whenever. So what you can do if you're interested in this is check it out at lindafrazee.com. Watch for the banner that says Quarantine Calm and check it out and see it's a 4-part series. I'd be glad to have you part of it and share it with your friends, especially those who are upset. Have a good day.